Khan, and in this video we will go through some detail of the specular reflections, because I have seen that a lot of people, they have some kind of interest in it, but because this is very much dependent on the local issues. So like for example, I can only tell you that how we work on it and what kind of inferences we can get from it. Also, one thing is that path loss is still in some field or some things, it don't give you that kind of flexibility that it gives you in some more usable things. I will show you some kind of limitations as well, some things that even we want to see but we cannot easily see. And we usually, like I usually use some extra kind of methods to understand those things. But if someone here who is listening to my video, then he has used some good method within path loss, and he can even correct me and tell me something good, then this will be beneficial for me and for everyone else who is looking at these videos. Let's take this one link as an example. I have just created a link. It's a link on a water body, with the water body is in the middle of the link. As a normal practice, as a general practice, this link must be avoided. You should not make a link like that. This link will be a very problematic link, and it will give you a pain, always a pain. But as we know that sometimes we have to do some things that we generally don't want to do in normal days or normal ways. So at least from here we can see that, okay, what kind of issues do we get from here, and how we try to solve. For example, if this is a very much required link because of any practical reason, so let's go and look at the link. uh, let's see. It's, you can see that one side is a bit high and one side is normal, but the link has quite a large water body in it. So just for the learning, I have put antenna with a diversity as well. On one side I have put the transmit antenna at 30 and diversity at 13, and the other side I have put transmission at 30 and diversity at 10. I have put diversity a bit lower. Why I have put it on 10, I will show you. So in the transmission analysis, the link is quite perfect type of link. I mean, everything seems to be good. It has normal good values. There is some even 10 dB fade margin on the highest modulation as well. And if you go to a normal modulation like 64 QAM, you find a fade margin of 30 dB, which is quite good. There are a bit of issues, range probabilities outside the ITU range. So we know that this is a normal thing. We should not take a lot of consideration for it, because we can see that the rain outage is good. I mean, it's not that it's bad. It's even good than normal. So that's why it is giving us that warning. And otherwise, even with the multipath, it has a 99.9 availability. Even there is a water body in between. So let's see that how this link is behaving on the specular reflections. Let me take you to specular reflections. So whenever we have to do specular reflections in case of these kind of links where there's a water body in between, path law suggests us to check the constant gradient ray trace, and if it is not showing any further reflections received, then we shouldn't do anything else. So let's do it, but before doing it, let's define the plane. Defining plane is generally a good thing. So we defined the plane. The plane is basically in the center, as we can assume. So the plane is almost on the water body. Water body is the reflection plane for us. Okay, now let's start constant gradient. So first let's see from vertical to vertical, and start to antenna height. I will keep it to almost on the path where I have the antenna. and this is the end height. The start height I will keep where my diversity antenna is there, and I will go yes. So you can see that from main to main we are having very high reflections. Reflection is coming from somewhere here. It's a double reflection, and also from this same place we have the normal reflections as well. But if you see this part of the plane, because we have some hills here and then here, so these hills they are protecting this part, and this part has almost zero reflections, and this part has, you can say that only the direct ray from this antenna is reaching this path. That's why I have put the main antenna on 30, but I have put the diversity antenna on 10 meter. 10 meter is somewhere here. This 10 meter is also, you can say that this is some place where path loss don't help us a lot. For example, if I want to know that what is the height here from the ground, I will not be able to get it, because path loss will tell me the height on the main antenna only, or either I will have to change a lot of things just to knowing that what is the height here. But I will try to show you some other ways where we can try to uh, get some idea that okay, what could be this place. But for a normal link, if we try to complete whatever is the minimum requirement, what Pavlov suggests is that okay, just assume that okay, we make it a solution that okay, we'll make the main antenna here, this main antenna here, and diversity we will put here. Still we have to reverse the profile, and in the reverse profile I have 13 here and 30 here, and from TR to TR I will try to check. So you can see that from this main antenna to the main antenna, in this path also we have a lot of reflections. But here, because I have some hills in front of it, so I, as a safe idea, I have put 13. 13 should be somewhere here. So we can see that this part is free from reflections. So it means that basically we can assume that if you have exactly same scenario and if you have to make a link, then what you have to do is that you have to put the main dishes a bit higher, and you have to put the diversity dishes in a place where you can feel or you can assume that there are almost no reflections, and you will kind of transmit from the main, but you will receive on the diversity. The main receiver will always be not working most of the time, because we can see that we have very high reflections. These reflections will really black out the receiver. So the receive will always be done from the diversity. So this may not be a practical scenario for all the places, or like here I have a very, you can say that I found this link somehow where you are having a very unique type of characteristic. You can have similar characteristic very easily if you will keep a water body in between, and you will also find a kind of similar thing. But here the main on both side is not, is getting a lot of reflection, and the diversity, for diversity on both sides we have a place where diversity can be put. So this becomes a kind of a good candidate for this special kind of scenario. Now let's come to this part, that how I can try to guess that how much path is this. So one way is that you make assumption. We can know that from here this is the 0 meter tower height and this is the 30-meter tower height. So this place is definitely below 15 meter. But as I told you that this is a kind of still this is a kind of a guess, because we want to put it on the maximum of the available place. One way is that you try to get a copy of this display. So what it says that it can make a copy on Windows clipboard, but it don't do it. You can try to save it as a enhanced meta file, and then you click OK, and just save it anywhere. You just save it. Now the good thing is that if you go to Microsoft Word and you will just paste it, you will get this picture. So now that you have this picture in your hand, now what you can do is that you can print it, and then you can use the a ruler or a scale, and then you can judge these values in a more better way to be very much precise. On this side we are not very much in a bad shape, but if you remember, if I reverse the profile and let me show you again. Here you see this is more difficult to understand. So here also, if I copy the display and I save it in the same way, and then I go to again Microsoft Word, then I can get this display as well. In a similar way, I can print it, and then I can try to be sure that how much is the actual distance between this point and this place where this incident ray is coming. We may have some rays from this place as well. We'll have to give at least 1 meter of margin. So maybe even 8 meters is not enough. We may have to put it on 5 or 6 meters. But in this case, we may need to know what is the thing here. There is any vegetation or any building or anything, because 6 meter or 7 meter on antenna is very low, and this may not be physically possible in all the scenarios. But just to give an idea that if you are stuck with some strange kind of link where you need some way to get out, some way to plan the link in the most best possible way, then yes, we have some things which you can use. So I hope that this small video on specular reflection will give you some idea that what is specular reflection and how we use it, and how we can try to guess the things within that. So hopefully we will meet in some other video. Okay, goodbye.